Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Behind the Reel. Today we're going to talk about the Sniper Marine Scout Pole. This is something that all of you kayak guys are not going to want to miss out on. If you're running forward facing sonar, this is something that is really going to help you step up your game. Whether you're running the livescope, the Mega Live, or even the active target like me, this is something that's going to fit nicely on your kayak no matter what it is. We're going to go over it right here. Stay tuned. All right, so right out of the box, you can just tell that this thing is really well built. You know, you click on it on the website and it looks nice, but you get it and you feel it in your hands and you can just tell that this thing is not cheaply made. You don't see a bunch of 3D printed parts. It feels very durable. After having it out on the water, I can tell you that it is super heavy duty. You know, the fact that you can rotate this thing and it'll basically just lock into the position that you leave it at is really awesome. I was able to just point that transducer wherever I was getting ready to make a cast. I would make a cast out there, and for the most part, you know, I'm hitting that target zone, which you've got a pretty small cone as well, especially with active target. It's only 18 degrees, so having small minute adjustments is something that I also feel like is a really big advantage with the sniper pole. The way that you make the adjustment, it's kind of like a motorcycle handle, right? So when you're revving the throttle on the motorcycle handle, you're gonna make the same rotation in order to move the transducer from left to right. You can spin that thing all the way around the boat. So it's really nice not to have that handle that you have to, you know, rotate all the way around. That was something too that I was really happy about, because I was able to change up my whole entire kayak setup. I was able to move everything over to the left side. You know, I cast right-handed, so I like to have that right side clear. That way I can make those sidearm casts. I was able to move the pole over on the same side as my graph, and that's something that I wasn't able to do when you have that handle that comes out, you know, because when you rotate it, you start running into stuff. We're in a small vessel. I think that's something that I really wanted to touch on. I don't think it's the main selling point, but I think that it is a really big selling point on it. Just having the extra room, having the maneuverability, creating more space for you. I want to take advantage of all the space that I have. I want that space to be free. And that is something that this pole definitely gives me. It gives me the maneuverability. I don't have to, you know, rotate the pole like this if I want to look out to the left side of my kayak. You know, I'm not doing this number. I'm not worrying about hitting the seat with the handle or anything like that. You know, I can keep that handle in whatever position that fits me best. The one thing that I really want to touch on is the very small adjustment. So, you know, if you have a handle that's one continuous piece, right, and you're just rotating the pole, the whole entire pole, you can make those smaller adjustments, but it's just harder to do. You know, having that rotation this way, I felt like I was really just able to make those very small adjustments. That's something that we've seen on some of the electric steer systems as well, and that's something that I think that this thing really brings to the table. It gives the kayak guys the ability to be just as precise as the guys out there are on their big $100,000 bass boat rigs. So even though I'm in a kayak, I don't want to lose any of the function, right? So if I have this active target transducer on my boat, I want to be as efficient as possible with it. And I feel like the Sniper Marine Scout Pole definitely gives me the ability to do so with the very small adjustments. The other thing that I really want to talk about and I really want to emphasize in this video is that I was facing a little bit of windy conditions. We have a lot of that here in Kansas. You know, 10, 15 mile an hour winds is just an everyday deal. And oftentimes we're having to face 20 plus mile an hour winds. And I have no doubt in my mind that if I adjust that set screw just a little bit tighter, that indicator will not move, that my transducer will sit in place. And for the most part, it did that on this trip. I was just hand tightening it, you know, because I didn't have a tool or anything with me to make that adjustment. I believe you're going to need an Allen key to do that. So it might not be a bad idea to just keep that on the boat. And not only was this thing able to withstand the wind, but also while I was traveling from spot to spot, I noticed that even when I was pedaling pretty quickly, probably moving at 3 to 4 miles an hour, the transducer indicator on the top of the pole was really not moving very much. You want to be able to put your bait right where they are, and I think it's important to be able to nose into the wind, put your bait exactly where you want it. Keep your eye on the bait as well to make sure that you're getting the reaction or you're getting the action of the bait as well, to make sure that you're presenting it in a way that is going to make you more efficient. So really, honestly, this system all comes down to efficiency, making you a more efficient angler. If you're going to have the forward-facing sonar set up on your boat, you might as well make sure that you're getting the most out of it. And that was something that I really decided that I was going to key in on this year. If you guys want to check this out, you can go to snipermarine.com. They've got a bunch of different options. If you're not a kayak guy, this is still something that can suit you. They've got some really cool options that will mount right up to your trolling motor. But I really think that this is going to take the kayak guys to the next level that want to fish with the forward-facing sonar. Again, whether that's livescope, mega live, or even active target like me, I think you're going to get good use out of this thing, and you're really going to be happy that you made the upgrade. So thank you guys for tuning into this video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Check out some of the other playlists that we have on this channel. We've got a lot of content to offer, and I think you're going to get a kick out of it, especially if you're passionate about fishing and marine electronics. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.